Hello fellow grower, I'm back again and welcome to my channel, The Late Grower. Now for this video, I'd like to share with you the kind of potting mix that I use for my plants in a container. So here we have pure soil. It is called clay soil, and also a lot of people call this garden soil. Okay, and then next we have carbonized rice hull. Now this is rice husk burned in a controlled environment with very little air. So they made a charcoal out of rice husk. So this is called CRH for short, carbonized rice hull. And then the third one is pure compost. Now this is my own homemade compost, I would say. I have a video about my composting method, which I posted about a year ago, so you can look it up in the channel. Okay, so for my potting mix, I mix all three of them. So the mixture is 50% pure soil, 25% carbonized rice hull, and 25% compost. Now with the compost, I use either my homemade compost or vermicast or the vermicompost that I showed in my earlier videos. Now one might ask, why not just use pure soil, pure garden soil for plants in a container? Now using pure garden soil for plants in container is not advisable because this garden soil is clay. When it gets wet, it becomes sticky, and it traps water. So especially during rainy days, you can see your container having water or trapping water on top of your container. And during the dry season, this garden soil also tends to become so hard, as like a rock actually, and it restricts the growth of roots. So although this garden soil is very nutritious and needed, essential for plants growth, actually it has a good amount of the macronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So although it is really good for the plant, it is best to amend it with other organic matters such as carbonized rice hull. Now, carbonized rice hull, the purpose of this is to loosen the soil. Once you mix it up with the garden soil, it aerates the soil, and it provides good aeration and can help in absorbing water. So there is better water absorption when you add carbonized rice hull. Now, in lieu of carbonized rice hull, there is also the rice husk that you normally see in some of the plants in container. I also used carbonized, or no, sorry, rice husk for some of my plants. But the problem with rice husk is that they tend to hold water for too long. Okay, and you see, a lot of vegetable plants don't want their roots to be submerged in wet conditions for a long time, which contributes to root rot. So, in my case, using CRH is better than the rice husk itself. Okay, but CRH has very little macronutrients, very little nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Actually, it might not even have nitrogen. It might even need nitrogen actually. So its main purpose is just to aerate the soil, to help loosen the soil. Okay, so that is why I have a third mix, which is compost, which is very good for or essential for the plant's growth. It has all the macronutrients and also the micronutrients essential for making your plants grow faster. So again, my mixture is 50% pure soil, 25% carbonized rice hull, and 25% compost. Now, is it possible to just use compost and soil without CRH? It is also possible actually. And with that, what I normally do is to just maintain the 25% composition of. Sorry for the noise. What I do is to just maintain the 25% mixture of compost to 75% of soil. But in this case, since I have carbonized rice hull, and this carbonized rice hull, as I mentioned earlier, is really good in aerating the soil and making it making the soil loosen up and to absorb water better. So I always use these three as a mix for my potting mix. So let's mix all of them. I just have to mix them really well, and you will see the brown soil will be engulfed by the black color of both the CRH and the compost. That is why when you look at my videos, when you look at my plants, the soil in particular, where they are growing, you can see that the soil is black because of the mixture. Okay, so that's 50% soil, 25% CRH, and 25% compost. In lieu of compost, you can use vermicompost or vermicast. Right now, I ran out of vermicast, so I'm using my homemade compost. Okay, making your own compost is not that difficult. You only have to wait until you can harvest them. In my case, around 60 days before I can harvest my compost. So now, here we have it. This is my soil mix. Now I can use this potting mix to germinate my seeds, and I can also use it as an intermediate medium for growing my plants in container. These are my pansigang, pepper, chili pepper. Okay, and you can also use this in your big containers. You need soil in order for the roots to have something to cling on. The roots must have a solid foundation. That's why soil is needed. Now, there is this question whether you can opt for a soilless medium. That is also okay. It is also being done. But in my case, I always go for 50% soil in my mixture. Okay, so this is my potting mix. I hope you got an idea on how to mix your soil. Now you can buy garden soil in some of, or actually a lot of garden centers near your area. And all you have to do is just to check on the combination or the mixture of their garden soil. Okay, thank you so much for watching and hope to see you in my next videos. Bye-bye.